What should I do if my H1B case is not selected in the lottery? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our office here in St. Louis, Missouri. We filed a bunch of H1Bs this year, and now's the time of year where you start getting rejection notices. So everyone knows, I think for the most part, that H1B season is late March, April 1st time frame. The reason for that is that the fiscal year starts October 1st, and USCIS conducts a lottery. And as of now, the way things stand, they conduct that lottery, and that's after everybody has filed their H1Bs. And so right now, a lot of our clients are getting rejection notices like this, and that's sort of the bad news. That's what you don't want to happen. So what happens when you file an H1B is all the applications are sent to the USCIS offices around the country. They're opened up, assigned a random case number, and then a lottery is conducted. This is supposed to change next year, but for now, this is how it works. And what happens is everybody is assigned that case, the lottery's drawn, and you don't usually start finding out which cases were selected in the lottery until about May, the end of May, and then usually in July or so, but now even as late as August, we're getting our rejection notices. They're sort of trickling in one at a time. And a rejection notice means that the case wasn't selected in the lottery and that the filing fees are being returned. This is different than a denial of a case. So it's sort of a two-step process. One is you have to make it through the lottery, then you have to get your case approved. And we have lots of other videos about how much of a hard time our clients are having getting their H1B applications approved because the Trump administration is really pushing a lot of these cases to the max and sending out ridiculous requests for evidence and issuing a much higher percentage of denials. But anyway, for the employees who are not selected in the lottery, usually these people, for the most part, are F1 visa student holders, people who were in the United States as students and they're on what's called optional practical training. So OPT, as it's called, lasts for 1 year, and it's sort of a bridge between the F1 student part of things where you're an actual student, you still stay in your F1 status, but it's a bridge to finding a job. And so if you're in a STEM field, you can get 2 more years of that. So the question that has to come up when this rejection notice shows up is, does the person still have OPT left? Can they keep working? And if they are done with OPT, or if they were done with OPT shortly after you filed, they were allowed to keep working up until you got this rejection notice. So this is what stops them from being able to work. So when that rejection notice comes, the employee has to stop working unless they have something else to do, unless they have another route to stay and keep working. So if you're on your STEM extension and you don't get selected in the first year of the lottery, you can still keep working because you have that STEM extension. But otherwise, you're going to need to stop working immediately. You might have to leave the country if you're up against a deadline. You get 60 days at the end of the F1 status to leave the United States. You have to notify your school that you weren't selected, and then you have to start making arrangements to leave or to re-enroll in school, maybe for a master's program or something, if that's what you're inclined to do. But the rejection notice isn't much fun. It's always sad when we have to send those out. And in fact, I'm going to go send out a couple letters right now about these rejection notices that we just recently received. If you have questions about the H1B process or about what happens if you don't get selected in the lottery, give us a call at 314-961-8200. You can find us in our Facebook group, which is called Immigrant Home. Please join us there. We have a lot of good discussions in there about immigration. And you can always find us on our YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to it. And if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to share it with some friends. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.